the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here at Atlanta for the eSpeed Sport as they present the eCaneCPA.com 75, and this first practice session of this select series is drawing to a close and qualifying is getting ready to kick off. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and I am looking forward to tonight's 75 laps here at Atlanta. But before we can even get to 75 laps, we got to get through qualifying, and several cars starting to make their way out on track for this 5-minute qualifying session. 2 laps to be turned and to decide where everyone is going to line up. Tonight's race is brought to you by Edward Kane, Certified Public Accountant, USA Firearms, Big Time Racing League, and of course, the Yas Racing Association. As the drivers make their way out onto the track, the 10 machine of Edward Kane gonna pick up the green flag, and he is trying to lay down a banger of a lap. That 10 machine kind of right in the middle of the track here at Atlanta. That's all right. Atlanta known for being a little hot, a little greasy. That 10 machine right now looking very solid, but he is one of the first ones out on track. We'll see how he stacks up compared to the rest of them. The 9 machine, that is Lawrence Shaughnessy, as he is out on track. The 9 getting a little loose there as he's going to peel down and get on the binders. The 98 machine of Presley Sora right now sitting on top of the speed chart. Austin Burdick in the 97 right now sitting in second place. That 97 machine sporting USA Firearms on the side. Comes around onto the front stretch to log his second lap. We'll see Austin gonna end up in third, quickly falling to fourth, as Jackson in the 25 machine gonna jump up into third, and he is shutting it down for his qualifying session. The 28 machine, and is Brian Zimmerman out on track for his qualifying session. Right now he finds himself in 8th. As he comes up off of turn number 4 across the line, this 28 machine piloted by Brian Zimmerman gonna move all the way up into 5th place. But we still have a few drivers who have not qualified just yet. The 9 machine of Lawrence Shaughnessy, as he is out on track, he is gonna cross the start finish line, and that teal and black 9 going to set 14th quickest for the moment, but that was his opening lap. We'll see if he goes a little bit faster in his second one. We do have a new pole sitter. That is the 18 of Jeremy Root. He sits on top of the leaderboard in his USA Firearms machine. Robbie Hartpence in the 11 right now, sitting in 8th place for his qualifying time. And with several of these drivers already having qualified, we are going to step away for just a minute, guys, and play our national anthem and bring you our starting lineup when we return.
we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are sitting on the grid ready to get rolling, and that means it is time for tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Edward Kane, certified public accountant. The 18 machine of Jeremy Root laying down the best qualifying time with a 32.727 on his outside is the 98 of Presley Sora. Row number 2 will be the 10 machine of Edward Kane and the 89 of Jeff Mills. Row number 3 will be the 83 of Alan Wilson and the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Row 4 will be the 86 of Jason Jackson and the 11 of Robbie Hartpence. Row 5, the 74 machine of Alex Harris and the 71 of Rocky Hartpence. Row 6, Scott Lamp in the 2 machine and the 25 of Jackson Trin. Row 7, Kyle Martinson and the 97 of Austin Birdie. Row 8, Lawrence Shaughnessy and the 66 of Nick Barisi, bringing up the tail end of tonight's field. But the 18 machine of Jeremy Root looking for that pace car to drop out of his way so we can go green flag racing here at Atlanta for the ekanecpa.com. Lights are out on that Ford Mustang. Jeremy Root, Presley Sora on the front row. Pace car down and away. And the field hungry to go racing. The 18 machine gets on the throttle and away we go. The green flag is out. And already we got one taking a trip through the grass. For a minute, I believe that he has forgotten he is a race car and not a lawnmower. That's all right. He rejoins the track. Gets rolling once again. So far, we stay green, and I'm not 100% sure which one of these red top cars that was that went through the grass. I believe it was the 71 Rocky Hartpence, but not 100% sure on that one. But the 18 machine of Jeremy Root out in front. He is going to lead our first lap here tonight. That 18 machine, solid run for the moment. That opening lap cleared the 98 of Presley Sora and has been out front now in that clean air. Oh, so important to get that clean air as he works his way down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. You can see he's already working his way down towards that white line. But here at Atlanta, we will see these cars start to migrate maybe a little bit higher as the tire wear wears out and they get deeper into a tire run. But the 18, your race leader, Jeff Mills in the 89 machine. Right now he finds himself in third place as we go on board with the 89, finding himself just over 1 second behind the race lead. You see he is trying desperately to keep this K&N car in that draft of Presley Sora. Right behind him is the 10 of Edward Kane. Kane now a little bit further behind. That 10 machine has almost a 1 second gap between him and the 89 of Jeff Mills. But then in that 20 machine, that is Alex Harris, and he is going to round out our top 5 for the moment, as we are already on lap number 5 of 75 this race. Well, I'll tell you what, I'd like to say it's going to go green the whole way, but man, it's Atlanta. Anything can happen. These drivers all know it's still very early on, feeling out their cars, getting a sense for how much they can really lay into them and still have some speed at the end of a tire run. Right behind the 20 machine, that is the driver of the 86, Jason Jackson, sporting that blue and white PPG right there as he's got to run down the backstretch as the 20 of Alex Harris got a little bit out of shape coming off of turn number 2, had to check up. Meanwhile, Scott Lamp in the 2 machine. Right now he finds himself in 7th place. And we have the 25 of Jackson Trin trying to find a way around the 77 of Kyle Martinson. He is applying a lot of pressure to that 77 machine, but right behind him is Alan Wilson in the 83. Alan Wilson watching these two battle it out. Oh, it was contact between the 25 and the 77, and that is going to send the 25 backwards in a hurry. He was able to catch it and get back onto the throttle. We stay green. The 66 machine, that is now in 11th place. That is Nick Parisi, as he finds himself having started shotgun on the field, already moving up, trying to crack the top 10. He finds himself in 11th place for the moment and closing in quickly on the 25 machine. 71 of Rocky Hartpence was tucked in right behind the 66, but Rocky can't be spending too much time looking out the front of his racing machine, as the 9 machine of Lawrence Shaughnessy taking a peek to the inside here. Shaughnessy not able to get the run up off the corner. Here comes the 97 machine. That is Austin Burdick, as he's going to try the high side on Shaughnessy. Gonna lose a little bit there coming up off the corner. The 28 machine, that is Brian Zimmerman. Right now he finds himself rounding out the top 15. And Robbie Hartpence, sitting on pit road, now finds himself 5 laps down. And while we were going through the field, the 98 machine of Presley Sora reeled in and got around the 18 of Jeremy Root. So our new leader now is the 98. Been out front for 4 laps. The first 6 laps were led by Jeremy Root. And now the 98 machine starting to pull away as he comes around, completes the 11th lap here tonight. Robbie Hartpence rejoining the race after an extended amount of time on pit road. He does find himself now 6 laps down. He is the only car in that lap down category. But the 98 has just under a half-second lead over the 18. As we watch the 18 of Jeremy Root trying to keep that 98 within striking distance. Both drivers looking very even for the moment. And it looks like this car is a handful through the corners here at Atlanta. A lot of working on that wheel, trying to keep it straight. And you can see how far stepped out, how far skewed that rear end is. Just going down the straightaway. So Jeff Mills in the 89, still sitting in a 3rd spot. 4th is the 10 machine of Edward Kane. And then Alex Harris in the 20 machine, rounding out your top 5. Harris has been tracking down that 10 for the last few laps, but so far has not been able to make any moves on him or get too much closer. So that 20 machine able to hug the white line there. Kane in the 10 starting to drift up a little bit higher as they come around and complete their lap. We are on lap 16 of 75. Presley Sora now has led for the last 9 laps. Scott Lamp finds himself in 6th place. We go on board with the 2 machine. Scott started in 11th, has moved up, like I said, into 6th. So moving forward just a little bit. And there, spelling errors have been fixed. Easily fixed enough. Someone was a little happy on the keyboard. Tapped the A one too many times as the 20 machine almost got sideways as he was down on that apron. And now Alex Harris taking a peek to the inside of Ed Kane. Kane gonna lose some ground here, maybe 2 cars down the straightaway, and there it is. Harris and Lamp going to both get by the 10 of Edward Kane. Kane still looking like he is in danger of losing some ground here, as now the 77 of Kyle Martinson trying to close in on him. Now the 20 and the 2 going at it. The 2 of Lamp making a move on the high side here. Harris trying to fend off Scott Lamp for the moment, but can't get it done. Scott Lamp too strong on that outside lane, and he is going to make the pass, and Scott moves into 4th place here. As Jeremy Root in the 18 machine had a run coming up off at turn number 2. He is going to make the pass on the 98 of Presley Sora and retake the race lead. So now the 18 machine goes back to the front as we complete lap 20 here tonight. Atlanta living up to its name. Our track temp here already over 100 degrees, 106 degrees Fahrenheit to be exact. Gentle breeze, 2 miles an hour out in the north. And so now the 18 trying to pull away from the 98. Jeremy Root and Presley Sora have been running 1 and 2 this entire race. They qualified 1 and 2. The 89 of Jeff Mills has been trying to reel these guys in. At one point, he was just under a second behind the 98 of Presley Sora. Now he is 1.3 seconds back, but he is still right there. Should one of them make a mistake, that 89 machine would be able to capitalize. The 66 machine, this driver here has been trying to make it into the top 10 for the moment. He is in the top 10, but we got one in the wall. That is the 83 of Alan Wilson. And Wilson has clobbered the right side of his machine. No caution yet. Let's back this up and see where it went wrong for the 83 of Wilson. Following behind the 77 of Kyle Martinson, and just gets into the wall trying to get off of turn number 2. But back live we go. The 83 still out there. After that heavy contact, you can see he is well and truly smashed on the right side. It looks like the speed not falling off too much, as he is right there with the 28 of Brian Zimmerman and not losing too much ground after he got rolling from that contact with the wall. Now the 28 of Brian Zimmerman, he's taking a peek to the inside of Jackson. Jackson gonna lose a spot here. So the 25 machine falling back a little bit further. Jackson started in 12th, right now finds himself in a 14th spot. Now the 71 of Rocky Hartpence is coming under attack by the 25 of Jackson, taking a peek off of the corner, but Hartpence got a good run, is able to hold off the 25 for now, but he is still right there. The 98 of Presley Sora has fallen to 2.1 seconds behind our race leader Jeremy Root, and now the 89 of Jeff Mills has reeled him in and is down to the inside to make a pass. And for the first time tonight, we have a new car in second place, or a first driver making it up into second, I should say. So Jeff Mills in that 89 machine, having a little bit better tire awareness, keeping those tires underneath him a little bit better as we've gone deeper into this run. Presley Sora starting to lose some speed, but Jeff Mills keeping pace with the 18 of Jeremy Root. Jeremy now out front by 2.3 seconds. You see the 89 of Mills as we look out the back of Jeremy Root. Root Motorsports on the deck lid. Find that on YouTube. Meanwhile, the 77, the 2, and the 20 machine all running nose to tail right here. Then the 10 of Ed Kane not too far behind, and Nick Parisi in the 66 now making a move to the inside of Edward Kane. Big time loose coming up off the corner, but he is able to gather it back in, and he moves into 7th place. So now the 66, after starting in 16th place, has moved up into 6th. We have one on pit road. That is the 98 of Presley Sora. So a green flag pit stop here, and that might bring the other drivers onto pit road. But the 18 of Jeremy Root gonna stay out. Presley Sora might be also experiencing some issues here, but 4-tire stop for him. Down and away he goes. Pretty standard pit stop for him, 14.4 seconds. Has lost 1 lap in the process of this green flag pit stop. Jeff Mills in 2nd place, and that is going to move the 2 of Scott Lamp into 3rd. So Scott Lamp, who also started kind of in the middle of the pack, 11th place up to 3rd. He's been trending in the right direction. The 77 machine of Kyle Martinson in 4th, and now the 66 all over the back bumper as Nick now looking for a way around the 77. We go on aboard with the 66. Oh man, almost making contact with that 77 of Kyle Martinson. And the first caution of the night is going to come out. And I believe that is going to be for the 97 of Austin Burdick. That 97 has made hard contact with the outside wall. Take another look at this one here. It was the 98 of Presley Sora is going to get into his back bumper. Just misjudged that corner entry there. We'll take one more look at this. Trouble finding him up ahead. And Alan Wilson trying to get on the brakes and avoid heavier contact. Gets into the back bumper, but we have several drivers on the pit road. As the entire field makes their pit stop. Presley Sora, being the only car 1 lap down, received the free pass. Oh no, he will not, as he was part of the caution, so he is stuck between pace car and our race leader, and that is now going to be the 89 of Jeff Mills. He wins the race off of pit road. Kyle Martinson going to come off in 2nd. Jeremy Root falling to 3rd place. Scott Lamp and Nick Parise are going to round out our top 5 here for this restart. While the field cycles around, we're going to step away for a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to bring you this restart.
chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMeritt at the line.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The lights have gone out on the pace car field, forming up side by side as we get ready to go green flag racing as we bring our first caution of the night to a close. Green flag gonna drop as we get right to that halfway point of tonight's 75 laps. The 89 of Jeff Mills on the throttle as the 77 is going to spin the tires on the restart. That is Kyle Martinson. Big stack up. Ed Kane going up and over. They continue to crash behind them. And a big stack up of cars scattered all over the front stretch. And that all starts with the 77 of Kyle Martinson as he tried to power up, spun the tires, broke them loose. And mayhem and destruction followed. Pace car peels off for pit road. The 77 from outside row number 1 can't get rolling. The 18 goes for a spin. The 10 of Ed Kane going up and over. But fortunately, he lands on all 4 wheels and straightens it out. We go on board with the 10 machine. And man, oh man, what a wild start that one was. A lot of torn up race cars. The 89 of Jeff Mills able to get through that one without any contact. Scott Lamp in the 2 looks like he got dinged on the right side a little bit, but nothing too terrible. Brian Zimmerman in the 28 machine finds himself in a 3rd place, and the 10 of Edward Kane, after going airborne and landing on all 4s, will now find himself in a 4th place. Rocky Hartpence in the 71 rounds out your top 5 for the moment. Several drivers have come down onto pit road, including the 18 machine of Jeremy Root. Root, who has led for 22 laps here tonight, so far has led the most laps, but now his race is in danger of being done as he is sitting on pit road for an extended amount of time. Now the 10 machine, the 71, make their way onto pit road. So too does the 66 of Nick Parise. So with the lights on the pace car, we are working our second caution of the night. We have had 3 lead changes among 3 different drivers. Right now, Jeff Mills is our race leader in the 89 machine. Scott Lamp in the 2, finding himself in second place. '28 machine of Brian Zimmerman started in 6th. At one time had fallen all the way down to 15th spot. But right now finds himself sitting in 3rd. The 10 machine of Ed Kane and the 18 of Jeremy Root have been stationary for a long time in their pit stalls. They've already gone down 1 lap for Edward Kane, and Jeremy Root now finds himself 2 laps down. So a promising start for the 18 machine, but not able to survive the first restart of the night. He sits on pit road looking to get that car fixed and get back out there. Austin Burdick in the 97 machine. We saw him go for a spin to bring out the first caution of the night. He is still out there. He is still running strong. He finds himself right now in 5th place. And the 98 of Presley Sora going to restart outside row number 3. But Presley starting to make, well, starting to move back towards the front. The 98 made a green flag pit stop, ended up going 1 lap down. Had to use the wave around when the caution came out for the first time. And then when that second caution came out immediately, that put the 98 back on the same schedule as everyone else. But now the lights have gone out on the pace car. Jeff Mills, Scott Lamp on the front row for this restart. The 28 of Brian Zimmerman, the 25 of Jackson Drin on the outside of row number 2. Pace car getting ready to duck down onto pit road, and Jeff Mills in control of the field. And he gets on the throttle, and the green flag is out, and we're back underway here at Atlanta. Several torn up race cars though, as everyone now gets down on the throttle a little bit smoother, a little bit cleaner. This restart looking a lot better than that most recent one. And now the 2 machine of Scott Lamp taking a peek down to the inside of Jeff Mills. Mills gonna stay way up high, not gonna contest this one, and slides in behind the 2. So Scott Lamp to the front, and the 2 machine gonna lead his first lap of the race. But the 89 of Mills now taking a peek to the inside, but Lamp drives into the corner deep, trying to get the separation from the 89 of Mills and break that draft. As we have 30 laps to go here tonight at Atlanta, the ekanecpa.com 75 kicking off this 8-race season in the K&N cars. And Scott Lamp in the 2 is now your race leader. I do want to point out that Jeremy Root has rejoined the race. He is in 13th spot, 2 laps down. Edward Kane in the 10 machine, however, still sitting on pit road as the 89 of Jeff Mills taking a peek to the inside. The 2 is Scott Lamp. Gonna let him have that position without a challenge. So Mills back to the front as we go on board with the 2 of Lamp. Down into the corner, these fresh tires really making a difference for these drivers. They can get down to that white line and really stay close and hug it. Get a good run up off the corner, but the 28 of Brian Zimmerman finding himself in 3rd place. Now feeling the pressure from the 98 of Presley Sora. And Presley gonna make a move to the inside here. The 28 of Zimmerman going to leave the door open for him as they work their way through 3 and 5. Jackson Drin in that 25 machine, watching this battle take place right in front of him. And Scott Lamp in that 2 machine, now starting to fall back into the clutches of the 28 of Zimmerman. Zimmerman on the high side here. He's going to be able to use that slow 2 machine as a pick, but man, does he thread the needle there and makes a move down to the inside. Scott Lamp tried to chase him down towards the white line. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 28 and the 2, and somehow Scott Lamp was able to save that one at 160 miles an hour. Talk about pucker factor, but Scott Lamp holding on to it. And now the 28 of Zimmerman going to try the inside through turns 1 and 2. He's going to have to get a run up off the corner here, but Presley Sora in the 98, he's going to try and make it 3 wide all the way down to the white line, and Zimmerman's going to prevail. Scott Lamp, though, going to tag that apron and get into the 98, and the caution flag is going to fly once again, but Presley Sora keeps it off the wall. How about that? Take another look at this battle as they were going at it 3 wide down the backstretch. Scott Lamp gets onto the apron, gets to the back bumper of the 98. When he got that apron, shooting him back up into him. But the 98 keeps it off the wall and saves himself an extended stay in his pit stall. The caution flag coming out once again. We have had 3 very quick cautions right in a row here. But the 89 of Jeff Mills now going to lead the field down onto pit road. Four tires and fuel for the field, and what could be the final pit stop of the night. Right side's up, left side's up, and 1 car down and away, and that is the 25 of Jackson Drin. He is going to win the race off of pit road. 2 tire stop for that 25 machine. He is going to take a gamble on a track position versus tires. We'll see how this plays out for him. Jeff Mills going to come off pit road second. 3rd place, Brian Zimmerman. The 98 of Presley Sword, after going for a spin, going to come off a pit road in 4th place. The 10 machine of Edward Kane has left his pit stall and rolled around, but now he pulls back onto pit road. So we might see that 10 machine get back out there. You can see just how torn up that 10 is. 18 and Jeremy Root also a bit beat up and banged up. But the 25, your race leader, he will be our 5th driver to lead this race here tonight. And with 22 laps to go, Jackson Trent looking for a chance to win this thing here. 2 tires on that 25 machine. Everyone else taking 4 tires. Coming up next week, the Yas Racing 100 at Richmond. We'll go from 1.5 miles to a short track. Richmond going to put on a heck of a show here with this eSpeed Sport Select Series. But next week, the drivers look forward to Richmond Raceway and the short track style of racing that it will be. I, for one, enjoy going to Richmond every chance I can get. Always find the racing there to be, well, rough and tumble kind of style of racing. As the lights go out on the pace car, we'll be taking the green flag with 20 laps to go. Jackson in the 25 machine, 2 fresh tires on that one. The 89, Jeff Mills, he's got 4 fresh rubbers. We'll see how this plays out as the pace car down and away. The 25 machine getting on the throttle as the green flag coming out. And nobody spinning the tires this time, everyone away cleanly. And the 25 of Jackson now has to hold off the 89 of Jeff Mills, but Mills gonna get a good run on that high side as he goes way up to the top, trying to get a run off the corner down the backstretch. Here comes the 28 of Zimmerman. Zimmerman trying to follow one of these cars. Not sure which one he wants to follow just yet. But now he's going to tuck in behind the 25 as Jeff Mills stays right on that outer lane. Side by side racing for the lead. And this time Mills doesn't wash up as high. He might have the run off the corner, using the momentum from the high side as he starts to edge ahead of the 25 of Jackson. But now Jackson battling right back with a great entry into the corner. Here comes the 77 of Kyle Martinson. 5-car battle for the race lead, and now Jeff Mills in the 89 surging ahead. The 28 of Brian Zimmerman trying to get around the 25, and Kyle Martinson now stuck behind Jackson, dropping all the way down to the white line. Nothing there for him. He's going to tuck back in. The 98 of Presley Sora moving his way around. He's going to slide into 3rd place. But the 89 is your race leader. And so Jeff Mills back to the front as we have 17 laps to go here at Atlanta. The 97 machine of Austin Burdick as he tries to find a way around the 25, but the 66 of Nick Parise under heavy pressure from the 2 of Scott Lamp. As Nick in that 66 makes a move to the inside, Austin Burdick on that outer lane. Looks like he's going to wash up a little bit here. Stays in the throttle to keep the momentum up, but the 66 able to make the pass, and now he's going to move down to the inside of Jackson. Jackson in that outside lane on 2 tires, really starting to fall back a little bit here. 4 fresh tires seems to be the right call. As everyone working their way past this 25 machine, and I say everyone, Jackson is restarted in first. He falls to 6th place now. We still have all 16 cars out on track. 12 cars are on the lead lap. The 83 machine of Alan Wilson, last car on the lead lap, as he is battling with the 71 of Rocky Hartpence. Jeremy Root in the 18, he is the first car 1 lap down and the only car that happens to be 1 lap down. So if we get another caution, the 18 machine will get back on the lead lap. You can see he has got some heavy damage on that one. Just trying to ride out and bring his first race, or the first race of this series, and finish it out. But Jeff Mills in the 89, he is your race leader, but the 98 of Presley Sora trying to close in on him as he makes a move to the inside of the 28, Brian Zimmerman. Kyle Martinson in the 77, just watching these two battle it out as we go on board with the 77. Martinson gonna clip the grass a little bit there. And now Presley Sora in the 98, trying to close in on the race leader. He is on his back bumper. And with 11 laps to go, we could see a very heated battle for the race lead. The first part of this race, Presley Sora was very fast. The 89 of Jeff Mills watched him pull away. Mills was able to take better care of his tires. So you got to wonder how hard the 89 is pushing right here. Can he keep the 98 behind him? If Jeff Mills can get Sora to wear out his tires trying to find a way to get past. We know Mills had some good long run speed from the first part of this race. Now it's just a question of, can he have it once again as we go on board with the 98 of Sora, looking out the back at Brian Zimmerman. Kyle Martinson in the 77, rounding out 4th place with Nick Parise in the top 5 in that 66. Mills trying to hold off the 98 of Presley Sora. One slow down on the corner. That is the 10 of Edward Kane. So Edward Kane into his pit stall could be done for the night, as we only have 8 laps to go. So Edward Kane looks like he will be scored in 16th place for the first race of this series. Four cars all running nose to tail The 28 of Brian Zimmerman sitting in third with the 77 of Kyle Martinson in fourth. These two drivers are watching very intently what's going on with first and second place. As Mills in the 89 trying to pull away from Sora. This time around will be 6 laps to go. And Mills now has led for 27 laps. And that is going to be enough to lock down leading the most laps here tonight. So Mills having a dominant run so far, could end up scoring maximum points, the race win, and leading the most laps. But Sora in the 98 is just not letting Mills get away. And with 5 laps to go, the 98 trying different lines here, trying to get a run up off the corner. Nothing there just yet. He stays tucked to the back bumper, and now the 98 gonna take a peek on the high side. Mills down on the bottom. They get the power up off the corner. Here comes Sora to the inside. Side by side into turn number 1, the 98 of Presley Sora, the 89 of Jeff Mills. Battle for the race lead with 4 laps to go. Mills is going to have the run from the momentum of the high side, but Presley down on the inside here. We're going to make quick work of that run and slides up into the front. And now with 3 laps to go, the 98 taking over the top spot, but here comes Jeff Mills on the high side. Mills not giving up the fight just yet. Side by side, these two are gonna duke it out all the way to the end. Now Mills taking a peek to the inside. Looks like he got a little bit loose. That's gonna cost him some momentum, and that could be all that Sora needs to walk away from this with a race win. But Mills still has 2 laps left to go. He is gonna try and mount an attack here. And the 89 machine not able to get to the back bumper just yet. Running out of time as there's just a lap and a half left. We are on board with Jeff Mills. Presley Sora in the 98 drives in deep, trying to get some separation between him and the 89. White flag in the air, final time around here at Atlanta for the eCaneCPA.com. Our final lap brought to you by USA Firearms. And Sora and Mills down the backstretch for the final time. Mills driving really hard, trying to get everything he can. But the 98 of Sora looking for the first win. And the 98 is going to get it done here at Atlanta. Presley Sora in the 98 machine, walking away with the victory. Jeff Mills in the 89 machine gonna bring it home in second, with Brian Zimmerman rounding out the final spot on the podium. But your race winner, Presley Sora. Celebrates on the front stretch by lighting them up. Celebratory donuts, victory burnout. The 98 led 17 laps in total here tonight, but made the most important lap, the one that counted, as the 18 machine of Jeremy Root. Gonna try and celebrate too, but he goes up and over. Drivers celebrating this Select Series race. Everyone having a good time as contact is made. But guys, we're going to go through our results here tonight. Presley Sora in the 98, your race winner. Jeff Mills in the 89 machine, bringing it home in second. The 28 machine of Brian Zimmerman going to finish third, with fourth place going to Nick Parise. Fifth place will be the 77 of Kyle Martinson. Logan Shaughnessy in the 9 machine gonna finish in sixth. Seventh place going to Scott Lamp in the 2 is Lamp's going the wrong way. He's got some help right now on getting around the track by the 71 of Rocky Hartpence. 10th place going to the 25 of Jackson Trin. 11th will be the 71 of Rocky Hartpence. 12th, Alan Wilson in the 83 machine. 13th will be the 18 of Jeremy Root. Robbie Hartpence gonna finish 14th. 15th will be Alex Harris in the 74. And then rounding out the field here tonight, 16th place goes to the 10 of Edward Kane. So guys, that is going to do it for us here at Atlanta. Thank you so much for joining us here on Wednesday night. We hope to see you next Wednesday night as we head towards Richmond for the Yas Racing 100. And until then, guys, hope everyone enjoyed the show. Have a nice night, and we will see you all later.